Hello, welcome to His Word Made Flesh. I'm Stella Amata. Well, I'm not taking over from your presenter. So, here she is.
Hello, Udi. Thank you, Stella. Hello, the viewers. Well, she's the manager marketing Delta State Broadcasting Service, so you can understand why she wants to take over my job.
By the way, we have two stations.
Okay.
I'm of the Asaba station. I am manager marketing Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba.
Okay, that's why you wanted to take over my job. I understand. Hello, you're welcome to this amazing story. You know, Tommy Ten in his book says that God has no grandchildren, and that each generation must experience God's visitations. We've read about God's trails, his path past truths. We want to know what he's doing today, presently, right now. He says, let it be established that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And this story you're going to be watching and listening to today just goes to show that God who healed the woman with the issue of blood, the same God who healed the man with the withered hand, the same God who gave Sarah a child at the age of 90 is still operational today. Like the woman with the issue of blood said, if I could but touch the hem of his garments. It's going to be a wonderful time. I'll give you just 60 seconds to call your friends. And when we come back, you'll hear the story from the horse's mouth, should I say. We'll be right back. See you after this time out. I no longer dwell on the mistakes I've made, the failures, the controversies and accusations don't bother me. But the good, the bad, and the ugly have culminated in making me the woman I am today.
I was so poor, poor people used to call us poor.
Because of my level of financial status then, I will say, I had one shirt I was wearing every time. In the evening, I wash it.
Put it in front of the fan?
Yeah, put it in front. In the morning, I will use it again.
I started smoking marijuana with the Bible in Belgium in my hotel room.
What, you used to tear the Bible?
I tore it, I started smoking, and I started telling myself it is sweeter. And from then on, I started smoking with the Bible.
She came to me and said, Richard has passed on. And I just took hold of my clothes as if to tear them off. At that point, I felt that God had answered my prayer. So I said, thank you, Jesus.
7 people.
Yeah, I lost
Within
24 hours.
That was then. There's no product without a process. And you'll be what God says you'll be in due season. We celebrate the story behind the glory, and that's to the glory of God. Stella, you're welcome.
Thanks, my pleasure to be here.
You're glowing.
Really? Amazing. Thanks be to God. You are looking wonderful.
Thank you. Stella, like every other woman, you wanted to be married, right? And you didn't marry until the age of 40.
See, I waited on my 40th birthday.
But before then, were you running from pillar to post, anointing service to anointing service? How was it before you finally got married?
I was telling somebody earlier in the week, I said, do people worry a lot? I had to make my parents, my grandmother especially, we were very close. She brought me up, she raised me. And she used to really mount pressure on me. I will not die until you get married. I will not die until you carry your child. And I kept saying, oh, that's wonderful because you are going to live long. So I had that attitude, you know, and I made my parents and my grandmother to understand that, by the way, my other native name is, apart from Anwuleka, I don't bear that one, but it's very significant to me. It's called Nobeku. And that's, whatever it is I will be in life has been settled before I was born. And as I grew up, I came across Psalm 139. And I saw my destiny in Psalm 139. So I made up my mind that nothing was ever going to move me. So I set out to enjoy being single, because I know that the moment I married, I was going to lose that. And I did two things: dedicate myself to my job and to the service of God. That was all I was just doing unto humanity.
So how did
until
the
it came.
husband finally come at 40?
You'll be surprised. I have known him, for like since 1999, but we never said hello. We met at a certain restaurant every lunchtime. The restaurant was just around my office corner, so I had lunch there every afternoon. And he comes to eat lunch, but I never bothered, never said hello. I don't talk to the guys, because men are fair. When you walk into the restaurant, they're all guys and they are looking, she's alone. And I'll just say, yeah, I'm proud to be alone. I'll just pay my bill and I just go. Until December 2004 or 2005, the owner of the restaurant, I went down to eat, and then they had closed for the year. It was December, and he too came. So in the process, I now said, I can't even stay at home with your wife this holiday period and eat homemade food. And he said, but I don't have a wife. I said, are you single? So I was in a relationship then. So I said, oh, but you've known me this year. He didn't say that. And now it's too late. I would have married you off long ago. Long and short, the man now, that was how he got to know that I was single. He didn't know. He said, I had this serious outlook, and I never bothered about the guys them, so I didn't know. So,
Binti, in all these years, I mean, here you were approaching 40. Yes, you were enjoying your single life. Didn't you ever pray for God to give you a husband?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh, sure. And many people were interceding for me.
Okay.
So many people, and I was very particular. You get to a stage in life, every kind of man comes your way, You don't even know what they're after. So you become very careful. You don't know for whatever reasons. I said, God, just give me your favorite son. And that became a problem for me, because eventually when I started discussing with him and I said, where do you worship? And he says, oh, I don't go to church. And I was like, well, Lord, I pray that you should give me your favorite son. And this man doesn't go to church. So I couldn't reconcile that. But God is good. I went on and bought a Bible, the Good News Bible, as a practicing Catholic, bought the Word Among Us. It's a book, Catholic devotional, and then simple prayer book, took to the altar, prayed, and said, Father, it's about this man's soul. It's not even
At
about...
that time, did you have any... Had you developed a life?
Yes. He's such a good-looking man, handsome, well-learned. My husband, he was a PhD. He's from a very popular home. I didn't have any problem with that, but I wasn't close to him. And I tried to come close, and you're telling me you don't go to church. As a matter of fact, that's a testimony on this, and I was like, Father, I said, give me your favorite son, and how come this man? So I got moved in my spirit to buy him the Bible and the prayer books. I went and prayed, and as I was leaving the church that late afternoon, I just saw a priest passing by, and I said, oh, Father, good you are here. I'm taking these books to a man that, doesn't go to church, but he's a friend. I'm not even after he's marrying me now, but his soul, God has brought us together for a purpose. So let me just do this for him. So Father laid hands, blessed it, and went to his house, and I presented this to him, and I said, do me a favor, once in a while, look into this.
Hold it up. Well, this is not the main gist.
No.
Meets, but this I had to have her tell this side of the story for you believing God for a husband. When we come back, she'll tell us what happened after she presented the Bible. Well, is that man you're dying for? Does he go to church? Does he know the Lord Jesus Christ? Does he have a relationship? Are you running away because he doesn't have a relationship? Why don't you buy him a Bible and try talking Christ to him and see where that leads you? When we come back, we'll continue the story from here. I know I said go buy a Bible, but not just yet. Hear the bit of the story first before you step out. So Stella, after you gave him the Bible, what happened?
Well, each time I visited him, I always ask, did you try to open this book today? I said, well, it doesn't really matter. Can we go through it together? And then we will. And one day he said to me, when I asked him again, he said, all you did was get me Catholic prayer books. I'm not a Catholic, and I can never be a Catholic. I said, well, what's wrong with that? Then I said, well, and then it's good that you serve God when you are single, when you are young, you have all the time. In his presence, the priests, different reverend fathers will be calling me. They want to know how I'm doing, and it always comes in like it's planned. We're together and a call comes and, oh, Father, how you doing? Oh, Sister Stella, And then each time somebody is calling me, a priest is calling me. I'm always in the committee, harvest committee, I'm doing something for the church. So it was a battle, and he said, why Catholic Church? It's never been to, I don't know, what's wrong with Catholic Church? You can't even condemn what you don't know. So in January, when he proposed to me, and I said, okay, fine, where are we going to wed?
You hadn't started going to church yet?
No.
Okay.
He even didn't want to hear the word Catholic Church. So where are we going to wed? I said, okay, you choose any church. At that point, I was like, choose a church. Just make up your mind where to go. I will go with you. I will talk to my priest.
You were not afraid, this is a man, he hadn't gone to church, he hadn't started reading the Bible.
He was reading the Bible.
He was reading the Bible.
And when I got closer to him, I saw a man who's been hurt in the past. But he has a good heart. So thanks to my age, to maturity, it's good that you get matured before you get married, really. So I could see somebody hurting inside, and I was ready to play along with him, to win him, to help him come back to himself, and then he can come back to his God. So I said, just pick a church and I'll go with you. So he said, well, there's only one church he actually likes, because all he does was just Sunday mornings, tune to television. And you have churches, they're all my clients, they come to advertise, make publicity announcements, so I know them. So I said, oh, this other man is even a friend of mine, I can call him. Yeah, you can do it. I said, yes, I can make you meet him. He said, really, he will like it.
How old is your husband?
He's 56 now.
Okay.
So I invited the man.
You're 42 now?
I'm 43.
43, okay.
Yeah. I invited the pastor. And then I called him, Pastor Ndeku, and I said, you have a fan. This man says, but unfortunately, Pastor Ndeku's church is non-nature. So Pastor Ndeku said, I'm sorry, Doc, but my church is non-nature. So why don't you look for a church in Asaba? So anyway, we now said, well, he can wed me in the Catholic Church, but he will not go with me to the Catholic Church. I said, well, we'll find out from the priest. So January 2006, my younger brother got married, and I said, my brother was getting married, let's go to church. He said, no, I won't go to Catholic Church, I will come to the reception. I said, okay, but he came and he stayed outside throughout the, until reception, and we did all of that. And in March, we were going to get married in March on my 40th birthday. So I said, well, you have to come, and when he proposed,
ask you about your age at that time.
He knew. I'm so proud to be my age. I'm so proud to be whatever I am today. God has been, faithful to me. So, and I have a great body. So, thank you. Even if I said that myself, exactly. So I said, well, you don't have to say this to me. You have to come to church and say that to my priest. And before now, as a single girl, I've been making contributions, because we're talking about this. I get exactly. Thank you so much. And I always go back to my home church. I love to go back to my hometown on Ichibo. I love that town so much. So everything I was doing was to see how to enhance, to develop my community. So I love going back home. And that was where I pledged in the church, there, the All Saints Catholic Church, so many years by the Father, if you ever give me a husband, I'll come to wed on this altar. And I will give a cow for my Thanksgiving. So I've always said that.
Before you finally got married?
Oh, it's been so, I can't even remember, But each time I went to Mass, I always say that I will bring my husband to wed here.
So there was the desire to marry, but you were not desperate, you were not frustrated.
No, I refused to be. So we went on Ichubo, and I said, you must come to Ichubo to tell my priest we're not even talking about my parents now. I said, you have to tell my priest. So we drove down to Onichubo. I said, boy, you want to come to church with me? He said, don't even mention Catholic Church. I said, fine. I went to church. So Monday morning we drove to Onichubo, and then we met the priest straight to the Catholic Church. We didn't even go to my house. And then Father, I introduced them. Father Chukuma, Steve said, you want to marry our sister? That's wonderful. And what church do you go to? He said, well, he doesn't go to any church right now. He's been to Pentecostal. His family is Anglican, blah, blah, blah. His grandfather had even been an Anglican pastor or whatever. So it's okay, what do you want to do? Where are you taking our daughter? You know, we're very interested in her. The whole diocese is interested in her. She's been so supportive, so you tell us. And my heart was beating. I don't know what was going to come. But as God will have it, there was adoration of the exposition of the Blessed Sacrament. So as he was talking with the priest, in my parish back in Asaba, we do it in the evening. And here it was in the morning hours at the All Saints Catholic Church on Chubo. So I left them and went to the Blessed Sacrament. And I was just praying and just doing my thing. So at the point I came out, and the priest was saying, but we must know where you're taking our daughter to. This woman is very important to us, the Catholic family. And then this man just said, Father, matter of fact, I've seen the glory of God around her. I've seen that she's her faith, she practices her faith. I want to join the Catholic Church. And I almost died. Because I was like, where is this coming from? And Father said, do you know the implication of what you're saying? He said, are you going to be baptized into the Catholic faith? And he said, yes. Father said, are you serious? And I was just like, oh, praise God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I couldn't believe it. So Father Chukuma went on into me. I'm telling him the implications of, what he has just said. He said he understands, and he was prepared to do that.
Hold that thought. Amazing story. I didn't even know the background to the story. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Amazing story. Well, that's not the meat of the matter. But Stella, so you wedded in a Catholic
Yes,
church.
I want to say something to a single girl, a mature single girl that is watching, because you talked about being desperate earlier on the program. I want to say that being desperate will not solve your problem. People were desperate on my behalf. They didn't know why. No, it's serious. They didn't know why I was so relaxed about, my state, because I'm an achiever by the grace of God. So being married was going to be like, okay, that is what God has promised me. But it wasn't like...
It was going to complement.
Thank you very much. And people, as I was saying, people were desperate on my behalf. It got to a stage, the president of my town's union in Asaba, he sent for me. He cares so much about me. All the Onichubo people care so much about me. So he invited me, and I honored this invitation. And, he took all the time in the world to tell me why. If your husband wasn't coming, I should get a child. Because
I'm happy you're saying this.
Yes, I just have to, it's very important mentioning. And because of the love he has for me, he was saying this to me, and he said, you can get a husband, you can get married at any age, but childbearing as a woman, and you get to a certain age, you cannot.
So what happened to Sarah in the Bible? Do they think God cannot do that anymore?
Well, he went on, and as soon as he hit that note, I switched off. I was with him one-on-one, but I know how to switch off. I don't want to hear what you're saying. I just switch off. I can be there physically with you, but I'm not there spiritually. As soon as I knew where you were going, I switched off. I was just here in body, physically with you. I wasn't here spiritually, because I don't listen to talks like that. I said, you don't know anything about me. You don't know how I was born. You don't know what happened, how I came to this earth. You don't even know all the things I've been through in life, that God saw me through in life. So you don't tell me things like that. If it pleases God to give me a husband, so be it. I'm a role model. I'm a standard for so many young people. By the way, I'm a pageant organizer too. I used to do that just to encourage young people to build up their confidence, and poise. And I said, do you know how many followers I have? So if I do that, I'm misleading thousands of young people. I'm not going to do that. If it pleases God to give me a husband, so be it. If it doesn't, that will be to, if it will glorify his name, for me to be single, that will be it. And I thank you, sir, for your love. I know you love me, that's why. So the man was very sober, and he said to me, I'm sorry. And he prayed with me and said, let it be to me according to my faith. And then we left. So you really have to be sure of who you are. You have to be confident in yourself and in your God. Because that which will surely, certainly, it says the vision must be accomplished. You must wait for it at the appointed time. There is an appointed time for everyone. And when my wedding card came out, a colleague of mine came and said to me that he wants to make a confession. I said, what? He said, do you know, since you came to this station, since I met you, each time we're discussing, you'll be saying, on my wedding day, the day we wed. He said each time she will go back home to say, what is even wrong with her? She's not talking about marriage. She's always talking of wedding. I said, but as a Catholic, as a practicing Catholic, there's no how I can just do traditional marriage. The receiving the Holy Eucharist is very important to me. So I must do that, which is right. She said, that when she now saw my wedding card, she said, so this woman, now wow, she's always saying, did I wed? When other people are at her age, you'll be saying, did I will get married? She never thought. You know, so you speak words to yourself, you prophesy to yourself, you bless yourself. And at the appointed time, everything will fall into line.
So when you finally wedded, how did you feel?
It was very glorious, but the devil didn't stop fighting. You won't believe it.
And then you now started trying to have a child.
Exactly. We subjected ourselves to all kinds of tests. He isn't a young man. I am not a young lady, a young woman. Exactly. So I said, look, sir, we really have to do this. And I called a pharmacist cousin of mine and said, I really want the best hand around in the Font Bendel state. I just didn't want to walk into any clinic. So he recommended a clinic in Benin.
Did you try before then? Did you try naturally?
No. I didn't want to take chances.
Because at that
age, I didn't want to take chances. I just said, we must subject ourselves to all kinds of tests to be sure of where we stand. So my pharmacist cousin directed us to a gynecologist, a very good one in Benin. And we went there, we suggested ourselves to all kinds of tests, and they discovered I had fibroid. Dr. Jobo told us that no, it will not disturb. It started growing within now.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, hold that thought. For, we have to come back to conclude the story. So it'd be amazing to tell us the journey in trying to have a child.
It's a wonderful story.
If it wasn't possible, I thank you, and I look forward to the concluding part.
I heard that Dr. Boyemi Ajayi was coming to us. I'm calling them so that people will know these are professionals. We respect them. My husband and I hold them in very high esteem. And I've been following Dr. Ajayi of Medical Center, his articles in Vanguard. So I was excited that this man was going to come. When he came into Asaba, my husband and I were among the first persons that he saw in his hotel room. And he said, well, I said, this fibroid, he said, we test us. We said, okay. And he said, madam, at your age, you cannot conceive naturally again.
What did he say to you? At your age? What age was that?
42.
42.
He said, you cannot,
conceive naturally.
In fact, we can even start thinking about donor eggs, not even about my eggs.
Viewers, thank you for your time. And this is an amazing story. You know what I'd like to tell young ladies, matured singles, as they call themselves, believing God for a husband. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Even in your single states, let your life glorify God. Mary, when the angel appeared to her, she was single, don't forget. Whatever will be, the Lord will make it possible. Wait for God to send you that man He has prepared. A man that you can enjoy your marriage with. You know, I hear people say, tolerate marriage. I hear them say, endure marriage. What you endure is pain. What you tolerate is pain. So if you're enduring your marriage or you're tolerating your marriage, That's not your portion. That's not God wants for you. God created us to enjoy marriage. Until I come your way another time for the concluding part, my name is Uduak Abasi. Goodbye and have a great week ahead.